I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. Stamping A to Z is my weekly live where normally I do 3 cards and tips and techniques and moaning and groaning of the dog in the background. Pardon the dog. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me know if you can. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. Happy to have you. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I would love to grow this community and all crafting people, lovers, the more the merrier. I love to do these lives. So if you're watching, say hi, let me know you're watching. I'd love to hear from you, where you're watching from, if you're watching the replay. I just realized I put my iPad over there, so I have to look over there to see if there's any comments, but I'm going to flip the camera over and you won't realize that anyways, so that's okay. I am on a little bit later today. Normally I come on at 2 at noon. I did push it because my husband had an appointment this morning and I wasn't sure when I was going to get back. So I pushed it to 1. I did come on a little bit early in case some people had come on at my regular time. I thought maybe I'd catch them. And the ones tuning in a little bit later will catch me on that 1 o'clock side. So today I've got a bunch of stuff. I have the new advent calendar that I'm not opening the doors, don't worry. I just wanted to show it to you because I'm super excited to do 12 days of crafting at Christmas time, and I'm hoping you guys will join me. The other exciting thing is Stampin' Up! Has free shipping today, tomorrow, and Friday. So the 22nd to the 24th. For orders over $100, you can get free shipping. We can combine orders. So if you have less than $100, you can let me know if you can pick up in Edmonton. Otherwise, you'll get charged to then ship it to you. So it's that's not worth it. But yeah, if you live in Edmonton and you want to come pick it up, you are welcome to hop on a group order. What else? Free shipping is the big thing right now. Oh, I guess, so today I did get my online exclusive pre-order. So those are items that are going to be released in November to customers. It's super exciting because it's new packaging and obviously new product. That's always fun. But the new packaging has a lot of, some people hate it, some people love it. I think it has a lot of, I can't think of the word, possibilities for storage, ideal storage, and much larger storage. Like you could have way more quantity of it, and it takes up less space. So there's goods and there's bads. I wanted to go through and show you possibilities that you can do to kind of make it work for you. Yeah, so I will, and then I'm going to make 1 card today, but I am going to use a bunch of the new product because there's certain things I wanted to show you about it. And yeah, so let's get turned around and I will, I'll get started. Okay. Oh, my elbow is not working well these days. So transition is even worse than normal. Okay. I feel like it's crooked. Hopefully that's okay. All right, let's start. Hopefully the volume is working on my, maybe I'll just do a quick test. Yeah, okay. Because I have my iPad volume off and then I don't know if there's actually anything happening. So I see I didn't even open it because I wanted the grand opening. And of course I'm a little too close. But I'm just going to show you what it looks like. I'm not opening the windows. I'm not going to show you what's inside because I don't know, there's something about, you know, opening it. It's an advent calendar. It's meant to be exciting each day. I know, so I did spoil it for myself. I have watched, Stampin' Up! Did release to demonstrators videos as to what's in each one. So after much contemplation, I did watch some of them. Because you know, when you don't know what's inside something, you don't know, it's harder to sell because you don't know what's in it and how to just it, because it's what, $136, which right now with free shipping, you can save a lot, especially if you're a demonstrator, or right now for the month of October, so there's still a little bit of time left, you can sign up. So if you signed up right now with, well, you get free shipping when you sign up for the starter kit, which is a really good deal right now. They have that $48 for $165 worth of product. So you get free shipping anyways, but if you do it soon enough, then your next order, like if you've got a larger list, your next order, if you placed it in the next 3 days after you sign up, then you get your discount plus the free shipping. So then that makes this advent calendar much more affordable. So there's ways, even just with the free shipping, it's much better. So there's 12 windows, and you just poke them and then you lift it open, and there's treats inside of each one. They are not Christmas based. They're not seasonal. There's some floral. So there's this, and when you order the advent calendar, it comes with this 12 days of crafting advent calendar stamp set, and it comes, I don't know if maybe if you order it in November, December, it'll be in the new packaging. I'm not sure. But right now it's still coming in the case, which these cases are going away. So there's lots of sentiments. You can see there's birthday. Let's just look at it here because it's easier. Miss you, hugs. So it's a very kind of general, all-inclusive kind of crafting set. So you don't have to worry that, I mean, it's fun for if it was Christmas projects too, but this is just kind of a taste tester of all things crafty. Now, I am going to warn you that there are some dies and stuff in the calendar. And so if you don't have a die cutting machine or those kind of things, you know, I don't know if it would be ideal to gift to a beginner crafter, although they could use most of it. And I do know people who are able to cut out dies with a rolling pin, of all things. Don't ask, I haven't done it, but apparently it's doable. So it's still all usable. Most of it's, other than that, I think that's the only one that, and obviously you need to have adhesives and snips and cutters. Like, you know, you need the basics to kind of play with that. So just a heads up there for that. Oh yeah, so I was also going to say, if you buy the calendar from me during the free shipping, so for today, tomorrow, and Friday, you will get a free gift from me in the mail, but you must live in Canada for it to work. So that's just something, because I want people to join me in crafting with the Advent calendar in December. So that is available for the next 3 days. Then let's look at some of these online exclusives. Let me just grab all of it. All of it. I did not get all of it, just all of what I have. All right, and it's awesome. So if you do, I don't know if we're allowed to share these or not. I would assume we are. I don't know if it's, I should go on the customer website. The last two, so for, was it September? September online exclusives release, and now November. they've done like this little booklet where it has, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to show you, but it has all the products, kind of like a little mini catalog, which I love because I love being able to look to see where things came from, or even like the ideas that I had seen that maybe excited me about something. So yeah, these are all the ones that are being released. Let's see what's first. Oh, this is one of the ones I was super excited about, this cake day. So this is the new packaging. It is 5 3/4 by 9. I took out the dies, so I've put them all into one package. So they fit, but they come in 2 separate packs. So like the dies were in here and my stamp set was in here. So this is the way they come. And then I put them together. But so this is how your stamps are. You open it up and there's stamps. And you're like, if you're like me, you're like, how do I know how to put these stamps back on? If you know, if you follow me, you know that with the stamp case stamps, photopolymer ones, there's a picture. Let me grab a stamp set here so I can, oh, I guess I could have showed you on the advent calendar one, but anyway, so this is the traditional labels. This is one of our current ones in the mini catalog. So I always take the thicker acetate window sheet off and I stick my stamps directly onto the case because it has the printed words on there and I can match it. I can know if something's missing and it doesn't shake around, and I just find it easier because I can just pull this off and work. And so this, I'm like, what the heck? How am I going to do this? Like, do I want to stick it here? There's no, and it obviously, this is the right way. So this, and it's not even in the same order. So you can't figure it out from the picture on the front. So I do have some ideas on how to remedy that. I did, and I think a lot of people are going to ask, I hope, and I hope it'll push them, that they need to print either on the plastic or on the packaging somewhere the stamps so people can put them without having to do it themselves. But I'll show you a couple easy ways that I've come up with to deal with that, if that's an issue for you. Some people just, I always had the image on my photopolymer stamps. I always put it on because I like to be able to see what it was. Other people didn't. So it just depends on personal preference. Anyways, it is nice because the dies and the stamp sets are all the same size. The packaging is the same size, so everything can be stored together in the same place. This is the dies for the cake day. It is so cute, and they're so big. You could make like a shaped card with a piece of cake. I'm so excited. I'm hoping to do a birthday card crank with this suite because it's just got so many possibilities, all the pieces and parts to build your cake. It just seems like so much fun. I have not played with it yet, obviously. My stamps are super clean, but this is one of the new bundles, and like I said, I keep both in here. I haven't figured out, part of me, because it was hard to get them in each one, and I feel like they're going to get, the paper is going to get frayed and stuff, so I might keep them in separate pockets. And I was just looking on Amazon before coming on to see if, because I have some like plastic envelopes. Now this kind of, it hurts my heart a little bit to think about plastic, more plastic, but I was trying, these ones are a bit big, so you can see like they fit great height wise, and I wouldn't need but just to store them together, but they're a little bit too big, I think, and then it doesn't squish them to keep them as tight. So I was trying to find something that's maybe 6 by 9. These ones are 6 3/4. by 9.5 or something. So they're a little bit big. Now, sometimes I cut them down for like a 6x6. They're nice and thick. They're durable. You could just maybe even, well, you wouldn't want to stick them together because then wouldn't be able to cut them apart. But the idea is if you put them in a, oh, I should have pulled it out. So I have some acrylic boxes from Stampin' Storage and they fit perfectly upright. And then you can, like, here, let me grab one so you can, ooh. Okay, this one holds my old embossing folders. This is too close, hang on. Hold, please. Okay, see if you can get there. Okay, so pretend these aren't, so you can put them in here and then you could have your bin this way and search through to find your stamp set, and then you could just turn the bin the other way and then search all your dies, because that was one thing. I keep my dies currently, I keep them separate from, and Stampin' Storage is making bins, the wooden ones, to fit these even better. They're a little bit slimmer than their than the old ones. So all the ones I have are, but they still fit. I mean, just because they're wider, they still fit. It just, if you want to maximize your space, but the wider bins actually fit my shelves better. So I'm going to stick with those, but because I kind of bought my furniture around the measurements of all the storage options that I had. So it hurts my heart a little bit that everything is changing, but I'm going to change with it. And I do, like, obviously for storage space, this is going to store way more product. So there's good. There's good with change. Change is good. Let's see. Where was I going with that? Oh, I was saying that currently I keep my stamp sets and my dies separately, because a lot of times, like this one, the die goes with this, but you can also use it separately. But sometimes there's a die set that goes with a stamp set and it's more kind of sentiment labels kind of stuff. And then the stamp set is just words that fit in those, but you might want to use the labels for other things. So I like to search, like I have all mine organized by labels, shapes, nature, food, whatever it may be. They're all in categories, so I can just search for them that way. Whereas if you keep them together, you have to remember which stamp set it was part of, or if you do the flip through, then you could flip through easily enough and find it. So yeah, that is the option. So that's the cake day. There's a big, huge, actually before I get to that one, I'll show you this one. There's this banner saying, so they're really cute little words, and it's a bundle with this cute little punch. So you can punch out quick and easy little banners, and all of these little words fit inside of them. So you can do a bunch of sentiments. I love it when you can mass produce sentiments. So this, I mean, you think, how big is this packaging for this little, and you know, I kind of wish that they would have made it a little bit bigger so you're not crunching. But you can see the words are pretty, I think they're smaller than, let's see, I can't thank you enough. Nope, they're 100%. I guess I should have looked at usually it says if it's, usually the stamps are bigger than what they show. I thought they were smaller, but they're exactly what they show. So that's a fun bundle, quick and easy. Then I'm super excited about this one. There is the first background stamp that's in photopolymer. Now we were always told that they kept the background stamps in rubber because they were more, rubber was better for detail, but I think photopolymer has come such a long way that now everyone's kind of making everything in photopolymer. So I was curious to see how this would stamp, and I'm going to show you. This is part of my card. I put it on the MISTI because in case I had to stamp it multiple times, and I was super surprised how well it stamped. It was amazing. Okay, then there is this, what's it called? Hobby Haven. It is a full suite. It comes with this stamp set, Creative Heaven, and then it has, see, this is the kind of thing that you think where it's got the shapes that you might want to use, not necessarily with, I mean, obviously these fit perfectly for these, so you want them together, but then you might want to use these for other possibilities. So there was those two. I'm trying to think. One of these, I think it was this one. Earthy Matte Dots. Must be. I feel like there was, oh, I know, it was the ribbon. Like, where's the rest? Actually, you know what? I can cheat. I can look in my handy dandy. Yes, this is correct. So this is the suite. So it's got this really cute chevron, I think it's garden green. Yep, garden green chevron ribbon. It's got these nice matte dots. And then the paper is super cute. So, oh, it's a specialty paper. So it's got the ephemera cutouts. Isn't that cute, these dots? And then it's got, so a sewing, and then nice petal pink, and then it's got some furniture, and then we've got some green plaid with cooking, and soaps, bath kind of stuff. I mean, this is cute, and then books. So it's a cute paper, and that is one of, I think there was two suites. Let me check. Yeah, 2 suites and then a bunch of bundles. So I did get the 2 suites. The other suite is a big one. It has 2 stamp sets. It has these beautiful pearly embellishments. It's got this pattern embossing folder. It's got, oh, vellum. So guess what? I did forget to mention, but it's 12 by 12 now, but our vellum is back. Thank goodness. I couldn't believe that they didn't have vellum. So it's super thick. It's a really nice, you could make a card out of this easily. If you want, there's lots of cool cards you can make with vellum. There's so many techniques you can do with vellum, let alone just using it as vellum. So I have lots of videos on vellum, but that is available now, and it's part of this suite. If you ran out of vellum and couldn't get it. Then it also has this Brushed with Beauty paper, which is super pretty. So it comes on this side and you're kind of like, this goes with Brushed with Beauty? No. Look at this. I love these colors. They're so soft. And that one has, look at that, so pretty. Do you guys hear my dog in the background? She is just moaning and groaning like she's a very vocal. If you rub her belly, she'll like purr. I always said she's half cat. Like, so pretty. And this one, this is probably my favorite. It's this one. And I never thought of myself as a floral person, but these are pretty. I think it's the colors more than anything that I like. So that's the paper. and we're going to use the embossing folder, the embellishments, and then so we've got the two stamp sets, Petals of Beauty, and of course I shouldn't have put them together because then it's harder for you guys to see. So now at least, I mean, the good thing with all of this change is that the dies now have pictures of the dies, whereas before it was just a die set with the name, and I always put them on magnet sheets so that I could see what they were. But yeah, the old packaging never had pictures. So these are the actual dies. These are the stamp sets. So the dies, I didn't even show you, the dies come the way they used to, right? Stamp and Storage is making magnet cards that fit in here now. And the nice thing, and I haven't decided if I will or not, but the nice thing with their cards, which I'll show you one of my card, where's something current? Here, we'll use this Tractor & Co. So these are the magnet cards that I have previously purchased. Unfortunately, they are completely the wrong size. They're too wide. They're too, I can't reuse them, and they're super thick. I really like the Stamp & Storage. They're not cheap, but they're thick. So my thing is, all the magnet, I used to order magnet cards off of Amazon, and they were always so thin that they bent. And so if they bent, then all your dies would just kind of pop off. The thing with the Stamp & Storage, so even the new ones that fit this, these backings are, I don't know if you can tell, they're super shiny, kind of plasticky. They're meant to be able to stick the stamps on. So if you are a person that likes to keep your stamps and dies together, you can actually stick, no, I don't want to pull it off yet because I'll show you what I do with, I haven't done it with them yet. Here, I'll do it with one that I have used. I have used this. So you can just stick it on here, and it's meant for that. It's just like being on that piece of acetate. So that is an option, but you can see it is hard to get things in and out without pulling the whole thing out if you have them both in there. So I don't love my system yet at this point. I'm still fine-tuning. You know, organization takes a lot of time and thinking and figuring out what's going to work, right? Like it's not a quick and easy, and sometimes it has to change, like now. So yeah, there's the petals, and then there's this beautiful, which I'm going to use so you'll see it, but it has the dies on this is awesome. It's got the words, and then it's got these words that are a bit more detailed, and then the shadow. So I would think most often you would use this and this, or what I did today is I'm going to stamp the just because, and then I use this one to cut it out so it has all that detail still. You could put it on top of and have a triple background, I suppose. But yeah, so they also, Stampin' Up! Is selling these envelopes. So if you want to convert your old stamps from the cases, you can purchase a pack of these. There's 10 in a pack, and they're very reasonable. Hang on, let's see if I can find them. $22. So you think they're like $2.20 each? It still adds up. So if you were putting them in, this is where my thought was, if I put them together and I'm down to one plastic envelope, then I have an extra plastic envelope from the dies that I can then convert. So if I keep them all separate, then that's just that many more pieces and parts that you need. I haven't figured that out yet. If you guys have some ideas or have figured out a way that works for you, if you're a demonstrator and you already know you've figured out a great system, I would love to know what it is, because the more ideas, the better. All right, let's make a card. I'm gonna keep this out, and I'm gonna keep where's my, oh, the one I didn't show. With one more. There's more than what I showed you. Obviously, I didn't get it all. This one is Pop-Up Petals. And the reason I wanted to do a card with this one is because it has some, well, they're not total mystery, because if you look at the samples, you can tell. So you have to look closely, but you can actually make a pop-up card with this. And so these dies are meant for the pop-ups. And I didn't know what this was for. And so, you get this stuff and you're like, what is this? What does this do? Unless it's the shape of a stamp, like sometimes, and I wasn't sure how it cut out. Like the first time I did this, I was like, I kind of messed it up. But it really, like, I felt stupid afterwards, because it is pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Maybe I was overthinking it. I don't know. But hopefully it helps you, and hopefully it's a cute. At first I was like, well, it's a cutesy flower set. Do I really need, look at my hands full of ink. Do I really need another cutesy flower set? Not really. But then I realized that it did the pop-ups. Now, can you make your own pop-ups? Yes. But these ones are built in and perfectly straight and aligned and whatever. So if you want the ease, like maybe you want to mass produce pop-up cards, it'd be helpful to have the die, I think. But it is doable without, but I just think it's just a fun, different, and it makes it super easy to make. So let's pull out. First, I'm going to show you the background linen stamp here. So I decided I was going to stamp the background of my card. So I need to score this, since I didn't pre-score it. I want a 4 1/4, so I know where to stamp it. I should have put it in a place that's easy, but that would be too easy. And of course it's dirty, so I have to be careful putting this down. I can't remember where. Now, the one thing you want to make sure is that this line, you don't want to stamp past this line. You could put some sticky notes or a piece of paper or something if you didn't want it to go past, or you can line it up so that, let's see, I think be slightly over that, so I think that's close enough. I think we're good. Oh, except for I kind of went too high up. Okay. There we go. And that looks good. Okay. So then I'm going to come in with my cloud cover. Now, see, this would have been much easier on a block. And I could have just put it down on my paper, but because I was worried, I didn't know how this was going to stamp, I put it on my MISTI in case I had to stamp it multiple times. And because I was doing it on my card front, I didn't want to mess it up. So I stamped it and I was ready to stamp again. So oh, this time I'm talking too much. I didn't rub it everywhere. But like, it's perfect right off the bat. Like, it's got all the ink it needs. It's got, I don't think, let me go closer. Like, is perfect. One and done. So much better than I expected. Well, not better than I expected. I was just curious if it would be as good as the as the rubber background stamps or similar. Okay, so we've got our card base. I'm going to set that aside, and then I've cut, so the only, I don't know if it's a downfall, is you need an inside and an outer card in order to do the pop-up, because otherwise you'll have holes in your outer card, which you don't want. So this is my inner piece. You could make it, I don't think you'd want to make it the exact same size. Sorry, I think this is 8, so it should be 4. Does that make sense? But that doesn't look, does that look like it's half? Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. What's wrong with my eyes? Okay, well, I've scored it. I scored it in half. So I cut this down to 5 by 8. So a 1/2 inch smaller on both sides. So when you go to put it on the inside, then you don't have anything hanging off, and it doesn't, you know, if it's slightly off, it's not gonna matter as much. So then you want to take the dies. So you come to your pop-up petals, and there's 2. So this I put on an old flimsy magnet sheet. I do have, it was already on a former piece of cardstock that it comes with, and then I stuck it on top because I had to piece, I don't know if you can see, I pieced together some magnet pieces because I didn't have any magnet cards, and I hate peeling them on and off and trying to stick them back on. So I was working with this one, so I put some magnet on it. So there's these 2 pieces that I wasn't sure. I thought they just cut out the piece, but they just cut into the card. And then there's this piece I'll show you. The rest of them just cut out stamped images. So now when you're cutting this, it has little arrows. It has these little arrows here. So you line it up with the score line, and then you run it through your machine. So let me grab my machine. Okay. And I'm putting it down lower. Depending on what you're putting onto this, you'll see you're going to want to leave room accordingly. Now, these can be used with any other dies. It doesn't have to be just this set. Like you could make Christmas pop-ups. You could put a Christmas tree. The only thing you have to make sure is that it is narrow enough to fit and not get caught in the card. You will see what I mean. Oops, as I do this. So we've got our card here, so you can see it cut, basically it just cut 2 lines and it scored 3 lines. So now you're wanting this to pop up, and you want these to fold in. So like so. And I'm just gonna burnish everything here. And then it looks like so. So once you have this, like you can use this one or this one. Now this one is just smaller. So I think it's meant to go with the smaller flowers. So I like the bigger size one because there's more options to add things. Now, I thought this was a big part of the pop-up, and I still feel like, because I've seen other where it's like this has been used as a mechanism, but this isn't connected, so it probably isn't. I figure, and if you know better, you can let me know. I think if you're making the way they show it on their samples is that instead of putting a pot here, they just have the flowers coming out. And so I think it's supposed to be like a flower box, like you're making the two edges like this. So it looks like a pot, kind of like a wooden box. Whoops. As I flip flop everywhere. Okay, stay. See, obviously you would glue it down, but I am not using these. And this is where you're going to see that you could use this with any, like a Christmas tree or, oh, what else? Like a snowman, like if I'm thinking Christmas, but you could put like a heart or a mug, anything that you can fit. And what I did was I stamped, well, here, I'll show you before I already pre-cut things, but I'll stamp it so you can see this. I just think it's such a fun little set. Two-step stamping, so you can stamp the flowers with some memento. I have to clean my ink pad. It's a mess. I re-inked them and I don't know, I must have put too much ink because they've been a mess ever since. Then there's some steps. So there's like the flower petals. So you kind of have to figure out how these go. I think I have it the right way. Oh, this kiddo's been coughing forever. Okay. So then you've got the petals colored. And then, oh, hi, Linda. I was like, there's no comments today. Everyone's so quiet. As it says, at one point there was like several people watching and no comments. So glad you're here. Hopefully I'm not getting my head in the video. So it's all kind of two-step stamping. The only thing, there's no stamp for the leaves, which is okay because it's quick and easy coloring. The one thing I did realize with the free shipping for the next few days is a bunch of my blends, some of the tips have died. So I'm going to order some new blends to replace the ones that are struggling. Okay, so I have the flower bunch. There's a couple different flowers that you can two-step stamp. There's this, I don't know if it's a rose or ranunculus, and then there's the tulipy thing, and then this one. And then there's two different vases you can choose from. I've got the cloud, I love this cloud cover. Secret Sea and cloud cover. I don't want them to be in colors because that means they're gonna go away. So then there's dies for these. So you can just run them through the die cutting machine. And then through the magic of television, they're cut out. Ta-da! Okay, so we have those two. Now, all I did was I'm going to glue my vase onto here so that it pops up when you open the card. So I know that I don't want to put glue everywhere. You could put glue on here, but there is a few spots where it's not being covered. So I'm just putting it so it's on the edge here. And then I'm going to make sure that it closes well, like so. And then my flowers are going to go in behind. And that's the other thing. You can see you only have so far for it to go before it hits that. You don't want it to catch on that edge. So I'm going to put just a bit of glue on the base here. Make sure there's space there. Again, I'll just let it dry. And then we have our pop-up flowers. If you look at the, you can also tuck flowers on both sides, and that's why if it's a box, then it's kind of like popping straight up at you, but then you kind of have to bend your flowers as well. I thought this kind of works because then you can stamp your greeting or your, this one's grateful for your friendship, which I didn't, I'm not sure, I think I might switch it up. So I'm not going to stamp it on this one, but then we're going to come back to our outside. So essentially our card base, and then we're going to glue this on the inside. But first, do I have to stamp anything on my card? I don't think so. No, I could glue it in. Okay, I'm going to glue this in. So I think the easiest way to do this is one side at a time. And again, if you use glue, then you've got a chance to reposition it if you need to. It just gives you a bit of wiggle room. So what I like to do is I like to put it on this side, and then I'm going to kind of line it up so it looks like I've got an even amount of space all around. And then I'm just going to close it. And then when you open it, that side's done. And then you just have to put glue on this side. And again, close it. And since it's glue, you kind of want to let it dry before you start trying to pop it open, but you can see it pops. Your little flowers pop up. It's so cute. So I thought that was cute. Anyways, maybe it's just a little gadget, but I thought it was fun. So then I stamped some butterflies and I cut them out. I still need to color them, or you could leave them black and white, I guess. And then I used the postage dies, and I cut out a piece of basic white, and then I ran it through with the new beautiful pattern embossing folder. So it's got this cute little delicate pattern. So I was going to put that on there. So this way you get to see a little bit of a lot of things. Oh. Doggos. Okay, and then I stamped onto cloud cover cardstock with Versamark, and then I put my white embossing powder, heated it up, and then I cut it out using the middle dies that have that little bit of extra detail. You could use the more outline kind of version. It just whatever look you want. Okay, so let's do a cloud. We'll do, oh, sorry, my elbow is like killing me these days. I found a new doctor though. That's promising, except for the fact that she works 1 day a week. Her true passion is sports medicine, so she works mostly in sports medicine and then does So I'm hoping she'll stick around because she was really, and she's really good for all my muscle problems. Okay. So we've got our little butterflies, and I thought it'd be cute to pop these up since they're the perfect size to put mini dimensionals on. And then I was trying to decide if I wanted to stamp another one of the flowers for the outside from here, and you could, but then I decided to pull out, and I think, I didn't check, I think this is the most current ephemera pack or sticker pack or however you want to call it. And so I pulled this out to see if there was something on here that I could use. There's lots of, you could do, I didn't think to do the pie. Pie would kind of work color-wise, but I don't know if it goes with, I ended up on my other one, I used the teacup. The books don't really go, you could do the pear. But you know, if you have these, and these ones are sticker sheets, they're not just ephemera. You could do a whole other pot. But I think I'll just do the teacup again because that is what I decided. And now, since these are stickers, you wouldn't want to put dimensionals on to this part because it won't stick well. So you do need to peel it. If you did want to put dimensionals on, I decided not to since I'm going to pop these ones up. But the best way to unstick a sticker is to use your anti-static tool and just to tap, 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 and it'll totally, you'll have a non-sticker. It's quick and easy. Hang on, maybe I'll. So this one I'm just going to stick down, and then I'm just going to glue my, and these ones are still fat enough that it's fairly easy to put the glue on without needing a fine tip. Get that stuck down. Yeah, like we buy these things like the ephemera, and then I never think to use it because I'm too busy playing with all the stamps and whatever. And I was like, oh, I wonder if there's something that would work. Oops. Those cute little butterflies. This is just a cute, cute set, I think. So you could put more stuff. You could, I kind of like the simpleness. This one, I actually, I don't know which one I like better. This one I made my postage part quite small, and I thought it was too, because I didn't want to lose the background. So this one you lose the background a bit more. I think I like this one better. What do you think? Anyways, those are the new, some of the new products, the new packaging. Let me know what you think about the packaging, what issues you have with it. Maybe we can solve these. Oh, I didn't show you what one of my solutions for the stamps. Okay, let me. All right, so here's the cards, but I've got a couple options for the stamp sets. So for this one, I simply outlined, but you can see it's already rubbing off. I don't know how long, maybe I didn't let it dry enough like it is. Oh no, see, if you touch it enough, it's just gonna rub off. I didn't, maybe if I used a Sharpie, but I find even that, like window sheets, just, it rubs off. And go to the next step of your bread. Oh man, I wish I was in Arizona. I wish I could have some fresh bread. You make me want to make bread. So this is the other solution I've come up with so far. Again, not super long lasting. I don't know. We'll see. I photocopied, which I have. Hang on. I do have the photocopy of this one. So before I take any stamps off, which is why I didn't want to take the one off, if you turn it so that it's on the flimsier side, I wonder, you could probably even take this off and stick it to the glass, but then they might all come off. And then you photocopy it this way. And then when you get it, it looks like this. So then, because to me, you want the thick side down, because that's, you want your stamps to be stuck on that side. And then you can just, now I have the lines on this one, so it actually probably would help to do the lines and then stick it down, because the issue I had, which is a lot of work, I gotta say, like, come on, Stampin' Up, let's print something. But for now, this one doesn't have the outlines, but it kind of does just from the photocopy. I used my adhesive and just stuck it down. You can't see the adhesive at all. There are lines of adhesive, but you know where the stamps go. The only problem is it's really hard to tell. These ones you can kind of tell, but this one was off before, and I couldn't even tell that there was a stamp missing. So you might have a tendency to lose stamps. Now my worry is that this paper was going to rip and like come off as you bend it to get your stamps on and off. But it seems pretty good. I think if you cut it down so that it's the same size as the window sheet, I think it's a good option. And the nice thing, you just have to feel, like these two are missing. You have to feel around to make sure you have all your stamps. But I feel like it's a quick and easy option if you're like me and you want to know where the stamps go, so you're not trying to puzzle piece it every time, or only take off one stamp at a time so you know exactly where it goes back. I think this is a quick and easy option over trying to trace them all and then they start coming off and then you don't know where they go. So I think sticking this down, but it is nice having that outline also, but I don't know if it's worth, I guess it depends how much it's worth to your time. The other thing that's, I mean, unless you have this next to it, you don't know what these say, because you can't, like, it would be nice if you could stamp it down and then put your, but then it's facing the wrong way. So unless you do another one where you stamp the whole thing so you have the order of it, I guess is another option, but then it's not to show you where, like, where on here to put it. Anyways, those are a couple of things that I'm trying with the stamp sets. It's all new. It's all trial and error. So we're all in the same boat. And if you come up with some fabulous ideas, pop them in the comments. Let me know, or if you post it on your own social media, tag me. I'd love to see what ideas you come up with and some great ways to organize things. Anyways, I am excited that you can store, even if you have them in the two like separate packages, you still can store so much more. Like this is about the thickness that I guess these dies. So I think die wise, you're not saving any room necessarily. Maybe a wee bit. Oh, but this has the stamps in it. So I think, but stamp wise, you're saving a ton of room because you no longer have those, the DVD cases. But I don't know. I don't know what's better, but we're going to play and we're going to see. So hopefully that inspires you and helps you. I think I don't know if they're going to discontinue them, but right now the cases are still available also to purchase. And they are fairly inexpensive. There's a pack of 5 or 6 for, actually it might even be a pack of 8. I can't remember. I don't remember how much they are, but they were quite reasonable. And you can print the labels. So or you can always cut these down and put them in here. So if you are hell-bent on, I want to keep my DVD system, you totally can. It's, I don't know for how long, but I think you can get DVD cases anywhere if they do discontinue them. I don't know. I buy them from Stampin' Up! If I need them, so I'm not sure. I did put my old wood ones and transferred them into cases, so maybe now we have to go to the next step. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day. Send me a picture of your bread. No, don't send me a picture of your bread. That'll torture me even more. All right, enjoy the bread. Enjoy your week. It is a beautiful sunny day here. I can't believe it's almost the end of October. It's been so beautiful. Yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.